every day is different. Also, it's the customer. Depends who's there in which combination. So.
Love to see the progress from every tattoo artist who is now here at PSYLAND and helps us to grow in every kind of way. And I just love to see how their styles getting more and more to themselves and how they progress in all of it. It's just so beautiful to see. It's one of the most amazing things I love to see. I remember the last time when Dorsch and Basti made together their first double back, I was almost crying. I just love to see creativity going on. I just love to see people creating their art and enjoying it. It's very important for me.
Yeah. Everybody who's here is doing it in his own kind of way. So everybody does the writings different, and it depends on the person who's doing it. So yeah, everybody's. When I see tattoos from the others, I directly know who done it. So everybody does it in his way. So I would say, yeah. When I'm working alone, when I work with Angelo is here or Dorsch, when I was working with Mark together, it's always good to see how the others work. And for sure, yeah, Mark was always big inspiration, and I always thought, what the fuck, how fast he is. But yeah, maybe now I'm one of the fastest here, but this doesn't matter. Huh? It's always interesting to see what the other do. Angelo is doing his stuff in his way, and Dorsch also. So every day is different. Also, it's the customer. Depends who's there in which combination. So.
Okay, the biggest change in my eyes, I already feel, is bad music. It's like, I mean, it's my perspective, but I hear a lot of, like, in my eyes, bad music. Something, I don't know. I mean, every taste is different, but for me, music was such a big thing of the ritual, of tattooing, of everything. And I could not have boring electronic music with not real a soul or something playing while a session. I just can't. I needed something with heart, something real people played, real band who grow together, who, I don't know, it felt completely different. I think that's the biggest feel. But I know most of our clients listen to the same kind of electronic music, and most of my clients was very surprised by the music I played during sessions. And everybody who knows me knows that I'm a very big music Nazi. And yeah, I think that's the biggest feel. Beside of this, I don't know. I see always like a lot of craziness going on, and that's what I really like. And I'm still like a lot of time around, and I actually don't know what is happening here when I'm not around. So I'm not the right person to answer that question beside of bad music. But as to mention, I'm a music Nazi, so almost everything I don't like, I taste as like very bad.
Yeah, I have to say one thing, because Mark told me what he said, what really changed when he's not tattooing anymore. And he said something about the music, that now it's just bad music and just he was listening to good music. And that's not true, because Mark is kind of a music fascist. And now we hear some weird stuff, but the better ones, maybe.
But I also told that I'm a music Nazi also. So.
Yeah, that's true. So
we agree that I hear really good music.
You hear good music, but maybe
there's no bad time.
Too less.
all of us, the people who like learned tattooing from Little Swastika, or now me from other PSYLAND artists, we want to progress the tattoo style somewhere, like to make the next steps, to progress it more.
I think the style will always evolve because Little Swastika, it was absolutely crazy and unique. This is like from his ideas, then other four come out. So, and from these other four, I don't know how many others. Let's see. There is no limits. It's for sure the style will always evolve, but I like always to keep it traditional in some ways. If I can call it traditional, I don't know. I think before it was different, for sure. Now the music is crazy, like change from one style to another, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I think everything have a change at one point, people evolve, and also this shop is evolving and Silent is evolving. And
I wouldn't talk about second generation or first or third generation. I totally understand why people would say it like this, but I would say, like, when you have a closer look to all of our work, or everybody who got taught by Little Swastika, you can see that we all do it differently. Like, of course, they are like, when you have, for example, it happens a lot to me or with my work, like, of course, not everybody in the beginning came to me and said, like, yeah, I want a back piece from you, Dorsch. I had kind of like to start with smaller pieces or parts of the legs. But then it started that old work from Little Swastika came, and then I tried to, that it fits and looks harmonic on their bodies, that I tried to imitate Little Swastika more. But I would say when I start the bodysuits that I start on my own, they look definitely different. Is it because of, like, we do the lettering different, or like we go closer with the fades of the black, or we do the shading different? Like, especially, like, I would say especially my shading looks quite different than to the other guys. Like, the other use a lot more whip shading than me, and I try to use kind of a realistic shading, a really soft shading, and probably a lot more other things, like the way you combine elements. I would say, like Little Swastika always tells me when he sees my work, like, I should go more minimalistic because I put too many elements in one small spot. And he's most of the time right with that. But it's also like something you can see that, for example, my work has a lot of elements in it. Then when you compare it to, for example, Basti's work or Angelo's work. Like the logistics in our shop. I would say, since I'm here, it's more organized. I force people to be more organized because I have a little fetish. Like, I love to write notes and lists. Like, they're everywhere here. Like, notes and lists are everywhere here. Like, so I would say it started to be more organized. Not as organized as I wish it to be, but let me work on that. Like, when you have this retrospective on the last years, it changed a lot. But in the end, the feeling, when I digest the feeling that I have here, like, I don't know, like, we kind of grow together more and more, even though I can't really spot where the changes are. Yeah, as you said, like, it stays chaotic and it will always be chaotic, but it's the way we are here. It's just the way we are here.
If you could spend 1 year of your life as an animal, what you would be?
Oh yeah, I know what I would be. I would be a cat. I don't like cats. But when you are a cat, you have such an amazing life with a good owner for sure. You can chill your full day. You just eat, you sleep, you get cuddles, and when somebody annoys you, you just scratch him and they leave. The best life.
What's the Basti mom thing?
Yeah, this is maybe I don't talk about that. Maybe it's better don't talk about that. I think this you have to ask Mark, as better known as Little Swastika back in the days. Maybe he has to answer that question. I can't.
Coffee in the silent merch. Feeling so comfy in the silent merch. Is hot as hell.